Hello and welcome to the video. This is a quick look at one of the latest soldering irons from SEQURE. Now, I looked at the MSS12 soldering station a while back and I really liked it, but this is the new MSS12 Pro version with some changes. Now, I really like separate soldering stations and separate ones as it helps keep the soldering iron very compact and slim and lightweight, and it makes it easy to get into position if it isn't one of the all-in-one units. Now, I've been using Weller soldering stations for almost 40 years, but these little irons are very impressive for the money. Again, it comes packaged in a little wallet that keeps everything safe when you're not using it. However, with the larger base station for this particular one here, there isn't a lot of room. It would probably be wiser to have a very slightly larger case to keep everything in. It's one of those things that when you get everything back in there, you have to kind of fight with a zip to get it all closed up. So while I unpack it, let me cover the specs. This will run on AC and DC power, so it supports PD2 and PD3, QC2 and QC3, DC from 12 to 25 volts, so that means you could run it from a car battery or a LiPo at the field. That's a 3S to a 6S battery really, and also will run from AC as well, both 100 to 240 volt power supply. The size of this is 30 by 100 by 80 millimeters. So although it looks quite big in the images, it's actually not that bad, and it can be ordered with 1 or 4 separate tips. Sadly, there's no UK plug option here, so I've had to get the European one and clip the end off. Degrees C and degrees Fahrenheit switching, nice aluminium case, and on that is a 1.14 inch colour LCD display, where the brightness and colour can also be adjusted. T12 soldering iron tips, and the maximum temperature on this is 450 degrees C, or about 842 degrees Fahrenheit. There is nicely a built-in buzzer now to remind you automatically when it's powered up and when it's getting warm, and it also has an intelligent temperature control, so that supports temperature compensation and self-calibration, which means that when you're using it on a bigger job, that it will try and keep the soldering iron tip the right temperature for you. And it's also got some other cute things as well. You can do things like have a logo customization, and it's also firmware upgradable too. In terms of using it, it's very simple and straightforward. There's only one rotary control. You move it to the left and right to set the temperature that you want, and then a short press turns the iron on, and another short press turns it off. A long press gets you into the menus, and in there you can change pretty much everything about it, how it works, the brightness, everything that you want. In use, it is an absolute pleasure. Well, these are the T12 style tips. Lots of people like them and lots of people use them, myself included. And that very fast heat up time is fantastic. Now, I've been running the smaller ends on jobs like this Q Lite OSD. About 350 degrees C seems to be a nice little temperature for these finer jobs, and it's working very well. On larger jobs, the jobs warm up quickly, things like big power connectors, and you can see the tip temp on the screen, so you know if you're trying to push it. However, it does a very good job of maintaining the tip temperature. Cool down though is not as fast as the heat up, so be careful of that. Even when you've powered it off, it's going to take a minute or two to get down to anywhere close to room temperature. There's lots of things that I like about this. I like the fact that they've put a very long and very flexible cord on the iron so that it's easy to move around the bench when you're doing jobs and you're not fighting it to get it into the position that you need. The wand itself is very comfortable with a very soft feel pad at the end, and also little flare to stop your fingers slipping. So if you do need to apply a little bit of pressure to maybe keep the component in place while you get the solder in, you're not worried about it slipping off the end. And that's something that I miss on a couple of other irons I've had in here. It is very fast to warm up from cold, and I do like the fact you got the AC and DC power, so it's good for the bench, field, and even in the garage. And that variety of T12 tips is available for all kinds of jobs, so you can do pretty much everything with it. The other thing that I really like about this is that they've thought about this. There's a little ground connection on the rear in case you need to ground the system, so if you're maybe doing something with electronics and you don't want to accidentally get some static from the iron or a charge running somewhere that you don't want, that's a really nice thing, and it's something that I don't see very often on things like this. In terms of things to be aware of, there aren't a lot of things to mention here. The unit is a little larger than the original, but it's not big enough to be a true bench soldering iron in my opinion. That smaller screen could be a lot bigger, maybe 2 inches or more, and then when it's at the back of the soldering station and you're doing something at the other end of the bench, you can absolutely look up and see what's going on. It is a little bit of an eye test being smaller. And the other thing is, my only big beef with this is that once again they've shipped it with a really terrible pretend little rest. If this is going to be used as a kind of more serious soldering iron, it needs a proper rest, somewhere to put the soldering iron when it is still hot, and a decent sized sponge to clean and maintain the tip as you're doing soldering. So Squire, if you're watching this, if you're going to do these kind of things, love the idea of proper bench soldering irons like this, but please, please, please give us a proper rest. So in summary, with irons like this, there is a reason to buy those horrible mains powered things that appear on listings on places like Amazon. This is a pleasure to use and is very capable, but it might not be everyone's cup of tea being separate with the large base station and the slim wand. For some people, they want one of the all-in-one things, and that is very, very handy for doing quick jobs at the field, particularly running up the stuff like USB power supplies. So this may not be everyone's cup of tea, being these separate pieces with a thin slimline wand and the larger bulky station, but for someone like me that's used to these kind of soldering irons, this works very well and is very capable. I can understand why those might want this irons which run from USB that are all in one. They're a lot more portable, but if you don't want that and you want something that is more like a bench style soldering iron but has all that flexibility, this is quite a cool option. Thank you for spending your time today watching that video. You can find me in all the usual places on social media, and if you're trying to learn about a subject, then check out the playlist. All of my videos are organized into easy to follow playlists that, if you're trying to learn a topic, will take you from the basics right the way through to some pretty advanced stuff.